that WAKA FLOCKA, Flockavelli and all that era, and when he released that album, those were times you could never duplicate. I think he just celebrated the 10th anniversary or whatever, or 11th, 10th or 11th anniversary of Flockavelli. 11 years. That album was epic. I remember I remember all WAKA's whole story. Not his whole story, because there's so many different ins and outs, but I remember when he first came up from a Canadian perspective and sort of a Tennessee perspective. Everybody had heard there's this young boy out of Atlanta. I heard online and in school and all that in Tennessee and whatever. And then you heard about Gucci Mane. He was big in the streets. And then he just blew up. He was doing everything. And then you heard about Gucci Mane, but then you heard, there's this boy running with him now, a big time guy. He's a heavy guy named WAKA FLOCKA or whatever. He's going to be a heavy. Everybody thought he was going to be heavy, right? Everyone thought Slim Duncan was going to be a heavy too. But Slim Duncan ended up dying. All this unfolded, you know what I mean? Over the course of a certain amount of time. But Flockavelli was this super successful studio album that WAKA FLOCKA came out with. His first studio album, I believe. And it was like everything. It had Hard in the Pain. It had all these big ones on it. And then he just did tons. Oh, you know what? We used to listen to the Brick Squad mixtapes on like Dat Piff, and there was tons of mixtapes. They were coming out with all these free mixtapes, like whole Brick Squad, and even Kibo Gotti was on some of them, and there was so many different Brick Squad mixtapes, and they were doing all these street videos, and they were putting them on YouTube and all that. But then he released that studio album, man. That studio album did very well. And he just started touring, and he just hasn't looked back since. He's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. He's one of the biggest out of Georgia, for sure. Him and Gucci Mane LaFleur and Shawty Low, but T.I. There's many people